Hello everyone and welcome you all on fourth virtual episode of Supertime with Poonam. And today our guest is Mr. Pratik Khandelwal. Mr. Pratik is a person who believes in if you are going through a problem, then be the part of solution. He did it and improved it. Mr. Pratik is entrepreneur. He is TED speaker. He is also founder and managing director of Rap My City. He is also founder and managing director of I Break Barriers. And today we are going to discuss on inclusion and accessibility. Hello Pratik, welcome you on Super 10 with Poonam. Pratik, let's start with our first question. Can an incident of life change the purpose of life?
I had a spinal cord injury in 2014, which got along with it not only waist and paralysis, but host of other internal bodily problems, which made my life extremely difficult because of no availability of medical solutions. Also, with it came social isolation, mental health issues, where rejection from the society, also problem of inaccessibility for the for people who are disabled in India. So a lot of problems that one single incident got along with it in my life. But despite of it, I fought hard every day. I challenged the challenge, and I showed much improvement over the course of years. And I was able to walk with the help of elbow crutches. Also, I was able to find two of one of its kind startups in India, IBTB and Ramp My City, which are now working in trying to make India a more accessible and inclusive nation for people with disability. Now, if you look at this, a single incident that was so heartbreaking for me and for my family did not change the way I looked at the situation. In fact, I found the greatest opportunity in this adversity. And so I always believe life is never about what happens to you, because sometimes it is not in our control, but it is a lot about what you do about it. So, yes, I injured my spine, but I was never spineless. In times of adversity, we find in ourselves either our best friend or our worst enemy. My best friend in me refused to be a part of the problem. I'm a part of the solution.
Pratik, our next question. If any disabled person wants to live an independent or empowered life, in your opinion, how education, employment, and infrastructure plays important role? And do you think so? Our current condition is feasible and supportive for any disabled person to make them empowered or independent.
I think education forms the stepping stone towards making inclusive society, because when children of different abilities are brought up together, accessibility does not have to be a special need, and it does not have to be seeked through courts and petitions and laws. Definitely, a good educational system helps a person with disability find employment and to get his house running. But all of this will only come into place once we build accessible infrastructure. You need to make educational institutions accessible. You need to train teachers on how to go about handling and managing people having disabilities, but still being an equal part in the education institution, so that they can become a responsible and a good citizen of this country. So uh, accessible education is the need of the hour, which should be followed by accessible workplaces and accessible places of public usage, so that we can go and form an equal society.
Pratik, our next question. Do you think our society needs to learn etiquette and sensitivity towards disability? In your opinion, how can we create such awareness?
I think when it comes to society and the treatment towards the disabled, I will not belong to the cribbing and crying gang who say that society is biased towards them. I think a lot of the problem goes in the fact that people don't know how to behave around people who have a disability. The world is not a bad place. So instead of blaming people, let's start training them. Let's start educating them on how to go about behaving around people who are having a disability, of what their needs are, and how we should make the world an equal place for all. I think through my initiatives and the work I am doing, a big part of it is sensitization and training of people. And I have found very, very positive response from people who have come to know of the problems of the differently able, and I've seen that change in their attitude, in the way they've gone on treating the treatment change now that I can see. So yes, if you want to bring about awareness in the society, start by training people and taking them along rather than blaming them and making a hue and cry about it.
Pratik, can you tell us something about your initiative, Ramp My City? When and how you thought about this initiative? Or tell us some achievements and success stories related to this initiative and your future plan for the same.
So as a wheelchair user, when I started to go out more in 2018, I realized that I could not go out anywhere because of the problem of inaccessibility that is so existent in our country that people cannot even step outside their houses. I realized right from the way even my flat, which is by a prestigious builder, was made, the bathrooms were inaccessible, then the transport system was inaccessible. Then if I wanted to go to a friend's place, it was inaccessible. In fact, all your hotels, your eateries, your airports, your railway stations, your banks, your ATMs, your schools, your colleges, everything in India is inaccessible. And that reality really hit me because I was not disabled from the beginning, and this after this accident I realized this harsh truth. Um, but all of this was still a part of the problem, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. So in 2018, I started Ramp My City, which was a simple accessibility appeal to restaurants to get a portable ramp made at the point of entrance, so that wheelchair users like me can have a good meal and a good time like any human being inside the premises. Um, very quickly, a lot of restaurants became a part of it. While the restaurants were becoming part of it, I still realized there's a gap in being completely inclusive, because the restaurant staff also needed training on how to go about treating somebody using a wheelchair, in the sense how to answer their reservation calls, how to assist them in transfers from the car, how to take them over the ramp, what kind of table that should be given to them, how to make use of existing washrooms, and the kind of interaction that should happen with them. So Ramp My City, with its design solution and ramps, portable ramps, it also started providing training and sensitization to restaurants. And with that, this was a path-breaking thought, because very quickly it went on to other fields apart from eateries. In 2.5 years, apart even after COVID, we have done around 40 restaurants. We have done workplaces. We have done residential societies. We have done government buildings, sports academies, schools, and now with footprints in 5 cities. So Ramp My City is a growing initiative, and with Ramp My City, we also started a startup in 2019, which is called IBTB, which means I Break the Barrier. Because while doing ramps and training, I realized that ramps are just the entrance to a building, but a lot many things are needed inside a building. For example, if you're going for work to your workplace, as soon as you go from the ramp, you enter the building, you need a door which is sensor based and not something that you have to pull. You need the right depth inside your cubicle. You should be able to reach your charging points. You should be able to go to the food court. There should be the appropriate counter table height. You should be able to get yourself water, coffee from the coffee machine. You should be able to use the washroom. There should be grab bar. There should be right maneuvering space. And on top of that, your colleague better treat you in a fair manner. And similarly, there are challenges in hotels, there are challenges in education institutions, and all these, because they are big organizations and entities, India needed an organization which provides an end-to-end solution to make these buildings accessible, so that the 100 million population of disabled of India, they can have a good life and a life at par with any able-bodied citizen. So for providing these professional end-to-end solutions without much of civil changes, we started IBTV in 2019, and even after COVID, we have been able to grab some projects, and we are looking to manifest our vision of India, that is an equal, an accessible, an inclusive, and an Atmanirbhar India.
Our next question. What do you think about inclusive society in respect of disability? What suggestion would you like to give to our society, to government, or any individual to give their contribution to make inclusive society in respect of disability?
To make a truly inclusive society, the effort has to be made from all ends. There is a gap, and it has to be bridged by making efforts not only from the government side and not only from the able-bodied side, but I think the differently abled community also has to step up their efforts to really make India truly inclusive. The government has a law, has an RPWD Act, but we still see the harmonized guidelines that were adopted as a part of that act are still not being followed. Government has to take it more seriously, but for the government to take it seriously, I think the government needs an enabler. Government needs somebody to really own this task of making India accessible, and I think somebody from us, from the citizens of this country, can step up and take, like we have, accessibility as not only a right, but accessibility as a duty towards millions of people who are facing a lifetime lockdown. Our mission is to mobilize those people so that they can come out of their houses and they can contribute, they can have a work life, they can have a good family life, so they can contribute to the GDP of India, and which is a win-win situation for everybody. For the able-bodied citizen, I think their biggest contribution is going to be that they should understand that we all are facing challenges. We all are challenged in some way or the other. You might be looking at physical challenge in one way, but every human faces some kind of a financial challenge, some kind of an emotional challenge, or a personal challenge. So we all are challenged in our own capacities, and hence, because we all are challenged, and that is why we all are equal. Because if somebody starts treating you in a poor manner just because of some internal challenge that you are facing, the world will become a very dirty place to stay in. So my request is that, and my appeal is that, do not just treat people based on their physical challenge. Treat everybody with equality, because everybody is a human first, and there's only one question that I would leave to the able-bodied world, and that is that isn't your inability to see another human being as a human being your biggest disability? May the response be reflected in your actions.
Thank you so much, Pratik, for giving us your valuable time. And today we discussed lot of things on inclusion and accessibility. How accessibility makes a big difference in inclusive society. All the very best for your initiative, Pratik, and hope very soon we see a lot of difference. Thank you so much, Pratik.